It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Jeff Gordon, who is currently 8th in the point standings. Jeff, how's your car today?
You know, we've been trying some things this week and did a little testing and brought it here. So we were in race. We had a race set up in. I really liked it. I was very, very happy. And then we tried to do that same thing for qualifying. It wasn't working. So we're definitely going to have our hands full here qualifying. Obviously, we can go off of our notes of what Jimmy's got. He seemed to be pretty good, and we'll make the best of it and see what happens. So qualifying should be pretty interesting.
We'll take questions from the media. Please state your name and affiliation, and make sure you have the mic before you start. Claire?
Claire Beeling, XM Satellite Radio. Last week when you were qualifying, I must have had 100 emails from your fans saying, please tell us what's wrong, and deeper than just figuring it out, why so many issues in that area right now at this stage of the season? Can you explain more as to what?
It's because we're trying stuff. It's because what we had from last year, what we've started the season off is not working, and so we've got it. I mean, we didn't have very good tests at Pocono, so we really didn't leave there with any good information from the 2014. But the 48 was good, and we actually did have their setup in. And we're pretty good with it in practice. And the sun came out, and we made a few adjustments, and I got really tight. I think somebody had said that I didn't like setups because it was loose. I was never loose with Jimmy's setup at Pocono, which was pretty surprising. Typically I have been, but not there. And he qualified up front, and we didn't. But I mean, it's at Pocono, any of these tracks. I mean, that's how easy it is. You make one little bobble, and I did off the first turn, and it ruined the whole lap, and we were way behind. But we were really good on short runs in the race at Pocono, and we got our track position. We tried to play some different pit strategy that didn't work out for us, so we had to get it switched back over, and we were looking really good until Kyle Busch spun out for some odd reason. He spun out, and it kind of messed up our whole pit strategy, and then we had to fight hard to put 4 tires on and come from the back. So, I mean, hey, my fans are awesome. They're unbelievably supportive and loyal. And so loyal to where they want to point fingers at everybody else but me, and sometimes that's not always fair, and we're just working really hard on trying to find what we need to go faster and be better, and with the chase format, and also with the fact that we got ourselves up into 6th position in the chase. We're not solidly in, but it does allow us to experiment a little bit more than we have been able to up to this point. Before we were like, hey, we'd just be happy to get to 15th. Now we're, we need to, be 10th or 5th, and we've gotten some top 5s, and that's gotten us up there. And now we got to get better. We got to be competitive enough to win races.
Marty.
Marty Smith, ESPN. Jeff, in speaking with the other drivers, seems like you guys had a little bit of a shut up and race kind of meeting this morning. What were your impressions of NASCAR's closed door talking to with you guys?
I mean, I think it was just that. I think it was a closed door, meeting, and I wish they'd have more of them, to be honest with you. Wasn't a whole lot of comment and reaction type of meeting, seeing that it was 30 minutes before practice. I guess you could call it that. But to me, we need to have more drivers meetings. And the sport is important to all of us, and we want to, we want to make sure that we're all doing our best and playing our part in it. And I wish we had more meetings like that, but I don't think there are meetings that need to be discussed.
Questions?
Jeff Kendall, WTV Radio here in Coldwater, Michigan. This is one of those tracks that you're at twice a year. What does that mean for you, June to August? What are you trying to learn between the time period between those two races?
Well, you know, I mean, what we try to learn every time we come to any racetrack is what can we take from this racetrack that you know is going to apply to other racetracks, or what can we take from other racetracks and apply it, you know, here at Michigan and try to win. You know, our goal is every time we come to a racetrack, we want to be competitive, we want to lead laps, and we want to have an opportunity to win and hopefully pull off a win. And you know, right now, you know, it's about getting bonus points for you know, the chase. It's about being in the chase, and so that's what we're looking at Michigan at, is that you know, this is one of my favorite racetracks. I love coming here, and you know, we want to run good and try to get a win. And if not, we try to take what we can from here to apply it to other tracks. Kind of hard to do. I think you can take more things from other tracks to bring here. This is a 2-mile racetrack, and it's pretty smooth. Grip level's down, but it's still fast, unrestricted, and I think that you can probably apply more things from a mile-and-a-half track and other tracks that we've been on, and make that sort of work here than you can learn something specific and make that work at a mile-and-a-half track.
Jerry Bunkowski, Yahoo Sports. Jeff, talking to other drivers about the meeting this morning, it almost seems like NASCAR wants drivers to be a little bit more restrained in their thoughts about the new car until they get NASCAR is able to work some of the kinks out. Is that a fair statement?
I didn't really know if it was specifically geared towards anything like the car. I feel like you know, I really, again, I don't think it's a meeting that really needs to be discussed out. If you want to get that from other drivers, then get it from other drivers. I don't feel like it's a meeting that really, you know, I want to continue to have those meetings. You know, I think it's important for NASCAR, you know, to get us together and share thoughts and ideas about where we're at, whether it be with the car or the sport, at racetracks, with safety, all those things. And I hope that those meetings turn into something on a more regular basis, and that we can have input, you know, into it. And I think the only way we can do that is to not necessarily make those meetings public.
Jerry has a follow-up.
That being said, as a driver, do you feel that the other drivers may be talking about the car too much right now and not letting it work the kinks out themselves?
Well, I can just tell you from my own personal experiences that there are guys out there that are making it work, certainly making it work better than we are. And I've just gotten to the point where I just am going to shut up and drive, because, you know, other people are making it work. We are not, and we're one of the best teams out there. I feel confident in my driving and in my team, and that we can get it and find it. And I don't think that I don't think that there's anybody else out there that's doing anything that's magic. It's just they've found some things, they've gone in a direction, and it's worked. And we keep our eyes and our ears open at all times. We pay attention. We look at what we're doing. You know, we communicate with our teammates and do everything we can. And I mean, there's no secret that this car, you know, is not perfect. And you know, I think that you can always go back and look at the beginning of how it all was started and say, oh, well, if we could have done it this way, that way. I mean, in my opinion, you know, the racing, we don't know if the racing would be better or worse with the old car or not. Racing's always changing constantly. And so I think that I think it's still entertaining. And I think I also don't think there's anything wrong with a little bit of controversy, you know, from time to time. We'll leave that up to Kyle Busch, but and Tony. But you know, for me, you know, this is the car we have, and I don't want to dwell on it more than the fact that this is what we have. This is what we're working on. This is what we have to try to win a championship this year with, and we need to make it work.